Okay, we're going to wait for some people to get back in here. All right, I see Daniel P made it in here. Okay, guys, let me make sure this doesn't come up and say that it was made for kids this time. I don't know what the hell was just going on. That was really annoying, though. When I jumped in here on my YouTube studio side of things, maybe I clicked the wrong button. No, it is not made for kids. Enable monetization. Okay, I clicked the button. Please let me know. Comment below. I want to make sure that we're up and running, and I didn't just click the same wrong button, or it didn't assume something incorrectly here. I don't know why. Okay, guys. Hey, how come all these adults are in my cartoon channel? I know, right? It's like it's gonna throw some whiskey stream up for a bunch of little kids trying to watch. I don't know, what do they watch these days? Peppa Pig? I don't know. That's what my little cousins watch. Okay, guys. Good Lord. I'm so sorry about that. That was that was the perfect start to this stream after the day I had. Anyways, cheers to all of you. If you weren't able to get a bottle of Chattanooga Bottled and Bond, I'm sorry. If you see it pop up around $50, instant buy. That's what I'm starting my night off with. Yeah, Bo Tillman. I saw a bunch of messages come in just now on Facebook and Instagram and everything else, and Patreon. So thank you guys for letting me know. I appreciate that. I see Amy Bohm's in the house. Amy, can you would you be able to keep track of super chats this evening? Please let me know. The stream might go until 10. So if that's an issue, let me know. Maybe somebody else can do it. Anyways, there we go. We'll talk about this in a second, but we are going to have a giveaway tonight for a Smoke Wagon Uncut Unfiltered. So that's going to be awesome. It's batch number 65. I guess I just announced it. I guess we don't need to talk about it later, but I'll keep reminding throughout the stream. So every $5 super chat that you throw in, for every $5, that's an entry into the giveaway. Amy has got it covered. Thank you so much, Amy. Okay. Sweet. All right. So like I was saying a little bit ago, I was getting so sidetracked and distracted by everything going on. I was driving back from Cleveland, helping my little sister move into her new college apartment, right? It's crazy. It's a tiny little place, but at least it's not the dorms. And so I was coming back, and I asked my beautiful fiance, Sarah, to pour me a blind flight. Hadn't thought anything of it. I left out all the supplies here, the black note cards, the silver Sharpie, the glasses. I said, give me 4 pours of American whiskey, no scotch. And I was driving home, and I picked up a bottle for a friend who he bought locally, and I was like, let me call Sarah real quick. And I called her because she's not home right now. She got off work and went, and she's at a baseball game with her mom. And I was like, hey, did you pour that blind flight? And she's like, oh, shit. So there's no official, 100% double blind flight this evening. But I was like, I had 25 minutes by the time I walked in the door, was like, okay, here we go, to figure out what we're going to do. And so what we are going to do is an epic blind flight on this stream, okay? A 9-pour blind flight. I hope to God I'm going to be living after this. We're going to do a 9-pour blind flight, 3 sets of 3. And the theme of the flight, I know I poured them all. I made the note cards, but I mixed them up, and I'm going to randomly grab them behind me after I've already mixed them up before the stream started. The theme of this flight is going to be around 115 proof and really good bourbon, okay? So I will run that down for you in just a second. I'll run down all the bottles that are going to go into this mess of a flight this evening, but it's going to be a lot of fun. Yeah, I was like, I could do a sourced Barton flight. I could do like an affordable $25 flight. And I just was like, you know what? Screw it. I'm just going to go. I'm going to go big or go home tonight because I was like, crap, this sucks. So we're going to do this epic 9-pour flight. I'll do 3 sets of 3. I'll pick a winner from each, and then I'll do a final set of 3 at the end and rank 1, 2, 3 out of that. And this is going to be completely subjective rankings, okay? So I will do my best to kind of acknowledge which pours have really great mouthfeel or really great this. But in the end of all things, of those 3, I'm going to pick my favorite, not the favorite I think universally might be accepted. So we are going to do a little subjective flight tonight. That means if your palate tends to align with mine, then maybe this will hold true for you. And if your palate tends to not align, if you really love peanuts, although I don't have a lot of nutty whiskeys in here, then, if I veer away from that, you might know that this could have been a different result for you. So anyways, let me check the chat here, guys. It's good to see everybody. Guy Davis, Lito, Amy, David, what is up? Big Vic, Scott Tilton. I'm just like strolling fast. Keith, Chris, Daniel. I see Brian is in the house. Jeff. I'm going to get down here to the super chats. Big Vic wants in on the giveaway. Reminder again, every $5 super chat, Smoke Wagon Uncut, Unfiltered, batch 65. That is going to be the prize for tonight's giveaway. Thank you, Big Vic, for the super chat. Here we go, man. David says, I'm talking so fast. Got to calm down. David says, cheers, got back from Montana. I've always wanted to go to Montana. We're going out west in a couple weeks to get married to Colorado, which I've never been. But yeah, just a lot of those states out in, basically from Colorado on up. I haven't been to really any of those states. So I would love to see Montana. Picked up a Peerless Rye, Sam 15. That's an excellent pickup. It's funny that Montana got that, right? Ohio didn't get Sam Houston 15, but Montana did. I'm like infinitely jealous. Willet, not sold on yet. Yeah, Willet Rye is not really for me, but I do need to try it again. It's probably been 6 months since I've had a pour of that. Anyways, David, thanks for being here, man. Peter says, wedding is off. Now, let me tell you. So I texted Sarah. I called Sarah, and I'm like, oh my God, you didn't pour. I was like, I got to go. I got to figure this out. So I hung up, and I texted her. I was like, crap, like I'm trying to figure out what to do. And she said, she'll kill me for saying this. She said, just tell everybody I'll flash them on the live stream next week. And I was like, why are you going to give them the treat? There will be no flashing next week on my live stream. That's funny. Okay. Kilko says, give me some whiskey. Smoke Wagon is the good stuff. Glad you fixed the chat madness. Yes, man. I'm glad too. Smoke Wagon, I'm still not sold on the Uncut, at least the 2 batches I have. But it is included in tonight's Epic Blind Flight. So who knows? Maybe it'll do really well on that. But the 2 Uncuts that I have are really, really early batches. So this is batch 65 from May 2021. I have no idea what the current batches are tasting like. And people love this stuff. So like, I think I'm just either not a fan or I'm just a little confused or maybe my batches are a little off. Carl says both people in Montana can fight over the Sam Houston. I know. We'll see about my judgment at the end of that. Okay, I missed Bo Till. Oh gosh, I missed Adam says I'm in. Need a Smoke Wagon for the shelf. All right, man. 2 entries for Adam. Thanks for the support. Drums and Drams for kids, says Colin. I don't know about all that. Jared, man, we got to link up. I got those samples back there for you. Some good stuff. I can't wait for you to try them and obviously share a dram together with you. Bo Tillman, can she pour me a flight too? I could go for 9 good drinks after today. Here's to a good stream. Thanks, Bo. Yeah, I don't know. She'll probably get home in the middle of this stream, so I'll yell through the door, not at her. I'm a nice person. Let's see here. Daniel wants in. Ooh, the old brown bottle. I know Sealbox got the clear Smoke Wagon. They got 100 bottles, limit 1 today. It's probably already sold out at this point. Kitty show, then give me some of that Smoke Wagon Kool-Aid. Oh man, the red Kool-Aid. That's the good stuff, huh? Tom is watching next week for sure. Cheers to that, Tom. Never mind. I'm going to not say that. Sarah doesn't watch these, but I still should, I should still be careful because sometimes my parents do. Scott's throwing his hat in the ring. I've never seen Smoke Wagon on the shelf in Minnesota. Then I'm boycotting next week's live. Guys, I'm sweating so bad. It's kind of hot in here, but also I'm just sweating my ass off. Like the back of my shirt. I just put this black shirt on it. I'm already sweating through it. I don't know what's wrong with me. Yeah, Guy, that's crazy that it's not sold there. It is called irony, huh? You guys are killing me. Oh my goodness. I wish I would have gotten that pick, Dave. Okay, guys. Yeah, the newer stuff is definitely not as old. I mean, I know the older MGP stocks are definitely drying up at this point, but I keep hearing that people love this stuff. So I think my batches are not even numbered or whatever. I don't know the dates on them. I don't know the numbers or whatever. So they're really early batches, I think. So, it could be a lot of different factors there. Amy. Team Sarah. Sarah's the one that offered to flash everybody. Hey, bring the coconuts. Oh, someone did say Smoke Wagon. Will, thanks for the super chat, man. I appreciate you. Oh, my goodness. Good to see you in the house, Hendo. And I think, Hendo, is it your birthday today? If it is, happy freaking birthday. I see things on Facebook. I never check birthdays because I just don't. I don't wish anybody a happy birthday because then I would wish everybody a happy birthday. Yeah, I think this might be the case with mine, Sugar Kitty. All right, guys. Got a little loose. First pour is down. Now let's talk about this blind flight. Okay, let's get into it here. Again, I'm planning on this stream going till about 10 tonight because 9 pours, I need to pace myself. I'm not going to be a crazy person here. So yeah, probably about 10 p.m. So the giveaway, I want to save the giveaway for the end. So giveaway will probably happen around 9:50. That's what the plan is. We'll kind of see how the pace of this stream goes, but I'll do my best to keep things together here. We're going to do the blind flight, and then we're also going to talk about a couple quick channel updates, really small stuff scheduled for August here. And then I'm going to preview 2 bottles at the end of the stream, which now seems like a terrible idea because I'm going to be 9 pours deep. Not entirely 9 pours, but we'll preview Stellum Bourbon and IW Harper 15 at the end of this stream. So that is the plan for this evening, as well, obviously, as this giveaway here. So hit that like button, please. If you're in the chat, hit the like button. Let's get some more people hanging out this evening. I don't know if this is an accurate number, but it's saying that there's only 9 likes, at least on my end. Please hit that like button. That would help out a whole ton. That would be great. Is it Hendo's birthday, guys? I think it is. Oh, it's his birthday. Hell yeah, man. Happy B-Day. With the voice crack and all. Okay, let's check this out. So the blind flight, let me mix up a couple of these glasses even another time. Let's see. Okay. I hate doing this. I hate doing a blind where I don't have someone else to pour them for me, but it is what it is. Okay, great. So let's talk about the bottles in this blind. Remember, I said that the theme of tonight's 9 pour blind is going to be around 115 proof and really good bourbon. All right. So I've chosen basically things. I think the range is between 113 and 118.2. All right. Let's get the autofocus going here. So between 113 and 118.2, I'm going to run down the 9 bottles for you right now. And the way it's going to work, as it usually does, is that I have a note card that I will show you guys as I'm sipping these. So you're going to know exactly what's going on the entire time. So I'll show you the 3 on any given round, three rounds of 3, and then we'll kind of go from there. All right. So that is the plan for this evening. Thank you, Amy, for the reminder here. All right. So up first in the blind, we're going to do Elijah Craig Barrel Proof Batch B521. So you guys know I don't like this batch, but I've never put it in a blind flight. So B521 is going in the blind. I am throwing one of my Smoke Wagon Uncut batches in here to see if it does better in the blind than it does for me unblind. So this is a 57.3% or 114.6 proof. All right, so that's the second bottle that's going to be in here. I have a 4 Roses pick. This autofocus sucks. I have a 4 Roses pick here. It's a tier 2. All right, so a pretty low tier. 55%, so 110 proof. And this is OBSK. All right, OBSK, and it's about 10 years old. So that's that. You can see we've got, let me pull this down here. You can see we've got Blue Run, the very recently released Blue Run here. That's going to go in the flight at 113 proof. That's 14 years old. We have a Clyde Mays. This is a new one for me. All right, you can see I've only had like a pour, maybe 2 pours. This is a Clyde Mays 10-year cask strength from a few years ago, 117 proof. Now, this is a Kentucky-sourced Clyde Mays, all right? I don't know the source on this. Rumor was that some previous Clyde Mays had been sourced from Willett, of all places. I don't believe this is Willett after I tasted it. has more of a Heaven Hill profile to me, but I can't find anything online about where this stuff comes from. So anyways, 117 proof here. All right, so those are the first 5 in tonight's 9-pour flight. Another one is going to be this Penelope Barrel Strength Batch 7. So the most recently released batch of Penelope Barrel Strength, that will be in the flight at 115.2 proof. Still Austin Cask Strength. I wish I had more space on the drum to feature these. Still Austin Cask Strength will be in there, and that's coming in at 118 proof. Yeah, 118. 2 more. Discovery 4, Bardstown. That's 115 proof. And the final one, kind of the big one in the flight, I don't even own a bottle of it, is this, courtesy of Young Pei Chang. This is Russell's 13. I know we're not getting the focus here. That kind of sucks. But it is a flask, there we go, of Russell's 13 at 114.8 proof. Okay? That is the epic flight. You don't need to remember all that because I'm going to give you note cards throughout the whole thing, but I wanted to at least show you what is in this flight before we get started here. It's a lot of 115 proof killers. Great freaking pours. And so I'm very, very excited about that. Yes, Matt, the chat is working. Yeah, that was a little rough, but I'm glad we've got 47 people in the house. Of the 47 here, please hit the like button. Let's get a couple more people in here for this epic blind flight this evening. Yeah, always focusing on the eyeballs. So we have an epic flight tonight. I've done one of my early live streams on the channel. I think I did 15 pours. That was ridiculous. It's crawling to bed that night. So this evening is not going to be quite that crazy. Did I miss a super chat here? Alan, what is up, Alan? He wants the smoke wagon. He is in for it. The little fart emoji. Looks like a fart emoji, right? Okay. So like I said, these are all mixed up behind me here. I'm going to grab 3 at random, and then that's going to be the first round of 3. So these are not paired by any method, nothing like that. And remember, giveaway this evening, Smoke Wagon Uncut, batch 65, every $5 super chat. David from Oregon needs some Smoke Wagon love. Going to drink those Chattanooga samples that I sent your way. The cast strength is great. This new bottled and bond, I wish I would have had it when I sent you those samples. Just phenomenal. Just phenomenal. All right, let's do it. Let's grab 3 random pours. Let me reorganize my area here. Okay. Let's do this. And we'll do, let's see. We'll do this. So these are our first 3 pours. Logistics. We got logistics. Cohen says Blue Run should win because of the price. And if it doesn't, it's another confirmation that you don't need to spend over $75 on high-end bourbon. I have a lot of thoughts on Blue Run. A lot of them. And I told my patrons in a video I put out earlier today, I've been releasing a lot of new videos on Patreon exclusively called Drammers Digest, usually about once a week. Recently, it's been over once a week. I've been releasing these Drammers Digest videos and kind of just sharing thoughts or sharing updates and this and that. And my Blue Run video is going to be released, I believe, on Saturday. But after Jason's review, he went after Blue Run, man, and I loved it. I loved the passion there. But it got me thinking. I need to rethink the way I was going to shoot that video because I want to cover all my bases. And I think Jason really opened up so many good points about it that I want to be able to put something else out after that that's meaningful, because otherwise it's like, let that video be the authority. I don't need to say anything, So it's like, do I have something to say? I think I do. So anyways, it's a great subject, the Blue Run. I think it's causing a lot of discussion. That's both good and bad. And I like that. All right. Whew, let's do this thing. Okay. So I'm going to show you what is in these 3 glasses here in the order that I'm going to taste them, nose through and taste them. So first glass, let me know that you guys can see this. This is what's in the first glass here. All right. Second glass of the first round of 3 is this. All right. So that's in glass 2 that I'm tasting right now. And then in the third glass of the first round of 3, we have this. And I put little markings on these cards in the top corner, an identical mark on every card with the Sharpie, so I could see which side was the the correct upside for me to show you guys. So that's the 3 glasses. Let's go ahead and get into this. Remember, I'm picking favorites of my 3. Going from there. Please hit that like button, everybody. All right. First glass of the flight. Let's check this out. Okay. Surprise, surprise. I'm getting ethanol. Huh. Smell. I get a little youth on the nose here. Too bad your flight is nothing I look for and want to try. I know it's all a bunch of great pours. At least I think they're great pours. Other people might have other opinions, but no, that's funny. All right, so first glass here on the nose. I might have to let me just taste it. Let me just get this on the palate here. That one's really alcohol forward. Tastes a little bit young. There's not a lot of oak influence there. I'm getting like lighter fruits here. Not really a traditional bourbon profile. Not a lot of like deep, rich caramel or anything like that. Yeah, I mean, this is just okay. A little like floral quality to it. It's very spicy on the nose. Maybe a little bit of honey, but that one doesn't have a lot of stuff that's like really standing out on the nose. Interesting. Yeah, I would say really spicy, a lighter profile overall, a little youthful, kind of ethanol forward. I couldn't see this being over 8 years old. Just another reminder of what that is. Let's go on to glass 2 now. All right. Let's go on to glass 2 out of this group of 3. We've got this. Okay. Let's check that out. Got to coat the whole glass. I find that if you do coat the glass like this, I find that the notes pop out a lot easier, you know? Shane, what's up, man? It's good to see you as well. No worries. I've been kind of in and out of the whiskey community recently too, dealing with a lot of work stuff, some health stuff, which I've talked to my patrons about a little bit. All is well for now. I'm waiting on getting a CT scan. Yeah, insurance stuff. So insurance wasn't going to cover it. So I've got to do 4 weeks of other possible treatments in order to possibly get approved for a CT scan. But I've been dealing with a lot of just outside stuff. So I've been kind of in and out, and I've had a lot of conflicts with live streams. But I don't want anybody in the community to think I'm kind of bouncing or anything. I've been doing my best to really get stuff out there. So anyways. Ooh, glass 2, I think I like a lot better. All right. Yeah, going back to glass 1, same thing. It feels thin and like there's not a lot going on in that glass. Glass 2 here. I'm getting a good amount of oak here on the nose. This is definitely a darker profile. Again, reminder of this glass. I'm getting some like apricot notes in here, a nice bit of oak. Some like a little bit of like menthol, a little bit of white pepper. Shane, no beef, man, no beef. I see Hey Schlong in the chat. That's funny. Please hit that like button, everybody. Another reminder, tonight's giveaway, every $5 super chat, Uncut, Unfiltered, batch 65. Oh, yeah. This second glass is so much better than glass 1 already, I can tell. Let me go to the palate here. Oh, yeah. So much richer. A great caramel profile here. Oh, yeah. A great sweet caramel profile. Dark cherry. A great oak funk. A little sour oak. On the nose, I was getting a lot of those apricot notes, some of those a little bit lighter fruit notes. The palate is definitely darker than the nose here. And like I said, a hint of menthol and a little bit of white pepper. Black pepper now. Ooh, I'm getting specific about my pepper. No, but really on the palate, it darkens up all the way around. Finish is great here. It's still kind of going. Oh yeah. Nice and spicy, still in the palate. A nice peppery thing hanging on in the palate. The oak funk is a teeny bit drying, a teeny bit bitter, but it's nice and balanced. And again, that caramel sweetness is great on that one. Don't you die on me, son. I'm doing my best, Aiden. I'm trying. After tonight, who knows? I might have to be carried out of this room here. Bo Tillman owns all of these. You want to do the flight with me, man? It was a challenge for me. I was going to do more pours, I'll be honest. I was going to try to do 12, but I didn't have enough glasses cleaned, so I had to stick with 9 this evening. A cheers is always on time. What's up, Robotic, and welcome to the stream. I have a bad feeling that glass number 1 is the Smoke Wagon Uncut Unfiltered, like the batch that I have in this flight. I have a bad feeling about that. Okay, let's go to glass 3. Reminder, glass 3 out of this set of 3. Glass 3 of the first set of 3 is this. Okay, so let's check that out. Ooh, this one's even sweeter than glass number 2. It's got a similar profile in some ways. It's definitely fruitier. I'm getting some berry notes on this. Strawberry, raspberry. A little more candied. There's definitely like a sugary sweetness to this. Ooh, that's right up my alley. Glass 2, the previous glass here, this one had definitely more of a traditional bourbon profile with the oak funk, the caramel, that kind of a thing. Whereas this third glass is more of a candy sweetness. I don't want to try to guess necessarily what these are. Glass 3 is great. Let's go to the palate here. Ooh. Mouthfeel and palate experience on 3 is really, really great. So I'm going to go ahead and knock out glass 1 out of this set of 3 for the blind. All right, so this is glass number 1. We're going to knock that sucker out of here because that, it's got a little like melon quality to it actually on the nose. But it's really kind of thin and uneventful. Yeah. All right. That glass is out of here. So let me put that back here so I don't accidentally pick it up again. All right. And I'm not going to look at what that is because I don't want to influence anything about, what might be left or anything like that. Let's check the super chats here. John says, cheers to you, Cam, and birthday boy Hendo, and anyone else that needs it. And oh, yeah, to Smoke Wagon too. Oh, yes. Someone's going to get this bad boy. Yes, sir. Let's see. Shane Long says, you're my boy, Blue. Glad you're doing okay. Now shut up and drink. Absolutely. I will do that. All right. So this is going to come down to these 2 glasses here. All right. Let me hold them both up. It's going to come down to these 2 right now for this first bracket of 3 in tonight's flight. All right. So let's see here. We'll kind of go A-B on this thing. That glass 3 is pretty darn good. Glass 2 is really good too, though. 3 just has this extra berry candy sweetness in here. Let me start with glass. Let me start with the second glass in this group of 3. It's good. It's really good. Yeah. Yeah. But let's go to glass 3. This is the killer. I think this is going to win this this first bracket here. Oh yeah. That's the one. It's layered. As soon as it hits your palate, you can just feel that this thing is heavy on the tongue, viscous, rich, sweet, and it just continues rolling back layers. And the finish, the development is so long here. Absolutely fantastic. I'm going to have to go with that. So the winner of the first bracket of 3 for tonight's 9 pour flight is this whiskey right here. Okay. So let's hang on to that. Let's put the other one behind me. All right. So the first winner has been declared, and I'm going to keep that up here with me so it doesn't get mixed back into the pool here. Let me check some super chats, guys. Thanks for being here tonight. I really appreciate all of you. Hit that like button if you haven't already. I feel like it looks like we've only got 39 likes. We can do a little bit better than that. So hit that like button, please. Let's get this thing going. Albert says, it has to be hard not to peek. Love that smoke wagon. Man, yeah, it's well, no, it's not hard to peek, first off. Actually, it's really fun. It's really fun to do blinds, especially like this when I can show you guys what I have in my glass. I think that is maybe the most fun that I have on live streams, besides having Trev Wilson on here. Trev Wilson is like my buddy on live streams. We have a hell of a time. I've got to get him back on here soon. But yeah, it's more fun to not peek, I'll be honest with you. And this is kind of how the channel started with live streams, is doing just tons of blind flights that my fiance would pour for me. But the Smoke Wagon, I'm glad you like it. It's not up my alley, but if someone has a really great batch of Smoke Wagon Uncut, Unfiltered, I would love to taste it. I'd love to see like what people consider a great batch, you know? Some people have said strawberries and cream. Mine don't taste that way. My 2 batches. So David says, I can't believe he picked Blanton's. That's hilarious. You guys are funny. Okay, let's go to the second round of 3 now. All right, so let me grab 3 more pours from behind me at random. We'll go here, here, and let's go here. I don't want to really try to guess these as I'm going, you know. I think that would just get a little distracting here. I really want to go on just what feels like the best whiskey. And just a quick anecdote here for you guys in the chat. You know, I'm going to release a video tomorrow, and I'm sorry it took so long. It's sort of the extras portion of the High Plains Rye review that I released last week. If you haven't seen that, go check it out. It's only got like 200 views. It didn't do very well. I think part of it is because nobody knows what High Plains Rye is yet. It's just now starting to trickle out onto shelves. But check out that review from last week, the High Plains Rye. It's a new Jim Rutledge creation that he's blended for his distillery, J.W. Rutledge. And the reason I bring this up is because during my last trip to Louisville about a month ago, I think it was like July 1st when I was down there, I stopped into the guy with the guys from J.W. Rutledge, Stephen Camisa, and he took me through the 5 different blends that they had created. And then they picked one of those blends to go in and be High Plains Rye whiskey. And he goes, you know, I want you to smell through all these glasses, taste them all, and tell me what you think. Like, pick your favorite here. And he didn't say anything else. And so, you know, my like whiskey reviewer brain starts going, and I start thinking to myself, like, I need to start picking out tasting notes and this and that. But when you have 5 pours in front of you, you have no idea what the blending proportions are here. Why would you pick out tasting notes? You know what I mean? It's like, go down the line. What whiskey smells the most comprehensive, the best? Which one tastes the best and also has the most like sound construction from front to back? And pick that one. Like, don't worry about whether there's cherry or strawberry in there. And I feel like when I hear people in the industry who are distillers, who are blenders, or anybody else, when I hear them talk about how they blend or how they taste whiskey, you don't really hear them saying that they're going for like flavor notes first and foremost. They're just going for good whiskey, I think, most of the time. Now, if you want to put together a special limited release and you want it to be really oaky and cherry forward, okay, you know, fine. But I feel like most of the talk I hear from people actually in the industry is not nearly as nerdy as the people on YouTube when we talk about it. And I think that's an interesting thing. And doing a blind flight like this, where it's not about guessing the pour, it's not about tasting notes, age, proof, what would it be? It's about what's better here and why. They're 2 different skills, I think. And I really enjoy that. But again, I see that disparity happening between people in the industry versus people on WhiskeyTube. And I think there's like a great happy middle to that, you know, where you can have both skill sets. So anyways, that's my little anecdote there. I agree with this absolutely. You don't need to spend over 75. I think pricing is increasing. I think values are obviously set on secondary, and the true value of a lot of these whiskeys is above MSRP, and I actually think that's okay. I think secondary is a little ridiculous 95% of the time, but by and large, like, would I pay $300 for a William LaRue Weller? Yeah, I would. And maybe that's because I know secondary is $1,500. And maybe that's not. I don't know, but I just know the quality of the whiskey. I'll pay $300. You know what I mean? So for what it's worth, David enjoys blind pours live, uncut, unfiltered. Earlier batches are better. Interesting. So maybe I have better batches. 30 to 40 seems sweet spot. Yeah, I was pre 30 to 40. So David, what's up, man? New to the game, found your channel. Thanks for being here. We're doing a blind flight this evening of 9 pours. Little crazy. 3 sets of 3. We're going to pick a winner from each set of 3, have a final set of 3, and then choose the winner of the overall flight. Daniel says, I'd be a great blender. I can't pick out any notes. They're different skills. I really think they're different skills, you know? Okay. All right, guys. Get in on the giveaway tonight for the Smoke Wagon Uncut Unfiltered. Every $5 super chat. It's like an ad read. It's like I'm doing an ad read. Every $5 super chat gets you an Uncut Unfiltered here. It doesn't get you one. It gets you entered to win one. Every $5, and you win your own bottle of Uncut Unfiltered. Keith, that might be true. I don't actually know that for sure. I feel like that works better with Scotch, you know, because they're typically bottled at lower proofs anyways. I think with bourbon, I don't know. I feel like bourbons tend to fall apart with too much water. Scotch like really opens up to me and you get a lot more of the notes. Whereas bourbon, I just feel like I had a discussion about this with my friend Frank the other day. He brought this up and he had a great point, which was just the fact that like he feels like when he puts water in bourbon, it never gets better. Like it does reduce youth and reduce ethanol, which in a lot of cases is good, but you end up just kind of dissipating a little bit of the flavor in there too. So I don't know, to each their own, of course. Yes. Welcome to David Bergener. I hope I'm saying that right. All right, guys, let's keep going here. Let's get the party restarted. Okay. So let me show you what's in these 3 glasses for this second round of 3. Oh, Sarah is texting me. I got to check the text. When the fiance texts, you got to check it. Okay. She's just apologizing. You know, you guys who were here earlier in the stream know what she said. No one else needs to know what she said. I don't need more coconut jokes. All right. Here's what we have in glass 1 for this version of 3, or this, I don't know what the word is, round of 3. All right. So that's glass number 1. When you hear me reference that. Here's glass 2. And let me know if you need to see any of these cards again. I'll remind you along the way. That's glass 2. And then glass number 3 is this. Okay. So that's what we got here. Let me do them individually first before we start doing some A-B comparisons. Colin, I am with you. I'm with you. That's why I don't think I have my hat in here. Colin, I just ordered a bunch of Scottish hats for Scotch Sunday. And I am fingers crossed. I'll tell you guys here in the live chat now, fingers crossed the first Scotch Sunday review is going to be out this Sunday for that ongoing series. I think it's going to be Glenmorangie because I love Glenmorangie. All right. So just a little heads up. That is the dealio. Oh, RVA Whiskey says, just a $10 super chat. Thank you. Entered into the giveaway this evening. Thank you for the support. Really appreciate that. For the Smoke Wagon Uncut Unfiltered. All right, y'all. I'm going to get back to it here. Let's go to glass number 1. Reminder of that. There we go. Whoo, that one is hot. That is a freaking proof bomb. Whoa, that smells really, really young on the nose. Jiminy Christmas. It's like there's no flavor here. It's all alcohol. I think blind flights, because you have no idea. Like if I know I'm drinking Old Forester, I know I'm going to get like candied cherry, banana, you know what I mean? Brown sugar. So you go into it, and even if you don't necessarily smell it, your mind tells you you should smell it, you know? And a blind flight, there's none of that because you have no idea what's in here. Like, I feel like I have a good nose. I feel like I've trained my nose well. And when I smell this, I basically just smell like a little bit of apple, alcohol, a hint of nuttiness, and like that's it. So let's just go to the palate here. The palate is way different on that. Well, maybe not. It's definitely intense and proofy. For this flight being between 113 and 118, that definitely drinks over proof. 100%. A little sour on the back end here. Sorry about all the mouth sounds. Yeah, it's got a nice little oak sourness on the back end. Coming back to the nose, there's definitely more going on here as I've acclimated to it. Let's check the chat here. John says, I have a Smoke Wagon Uncut batch 57. Hoping to try another batch to compare. Enjoy your reviews. Thank you so much, John. And yeah, one entry into the giveaway tonight. Good luck on that. Good luck on the giveaway, everybody. Thanks for being here, John. It's not a name I recognize, so I don't know if this is your first time here or not. Maybe it is in the live chat, but thank you for checking out the reviews, man. I really appreciate it. Let's see. Yeah, Keith, that's probably true. I think sometimes you lose. I mean, you gain and lose notes with proof. I think it depends on the whiskey, obviously, but I think what's interesting about a whiskey is to proof it down like 3 to 5 milliliters at a time of water. You know, if you have like a 30 mil pour, just continually proofing it down and have like a flight of those, and then go from there and see how the whiskeys differ. I did that with Old Forester 1920. And it was a crazy thing to have like 4 different versions of it in front of you with different proofs. So again, this is glass 1, what I'm getting here, which is very youthful, very alcohol forward, green apple, kind of sour on the back end on the palate. Definitely more on the palate than on the nose, but not impressive. Similar to last round's glass 1. Let me catch up here. Jay says, had the Glenmorangie X tonight. Yeah, that's another thing that's going to be coming out for a Scotch Sunday is going to be the Glenmorangie X versus Glenmorangie 10. I don't want to spoil it. The Glenmorangie X, it's just like a muted version of Glenmorangie. So I can totally see why they are marketing it as a cocktail thing. The great marketing on it, the sort of very modern look, the bright colors, and the fact that sometimes it's even overpriced compared to the Glenmorangie 10. They're going to sucker some people into buying it, but it's a good business strategy, you know? So that's going to be an interesting video for me to make. John, this flight, because Sarah forgot to pour me a flight this evening before she left, this was like my own doing. This is a flight of 113 to 118 proof bourbons. It's basically around 115 proof, we'll say. 9 pours, 3 sets of 3. We're going to get down to the favorites at the end. The flight is not to guess the bottle because I poured them, right? So I poured them. I made these note cards and then I mixed them all up and I'm randomly choosing 3 at a time to do these rounds. And I'm just going to pick my favorite, my top 3, basically. Cheech, thank you so much. Dude, I totally understand, man. I can only catch, you know, as much whiskey tube as I possibly can. I'm kind of in and out. That's why I don't really, even if I'm watching a stream, I don't really chat that much. I'm just watching because I hate chatting and people responding and then me like going away for 5 minutes and coming back. So I kind of just lurk, you know? Oh, that sounds delicious. I would love to get that. If someone has a lead on that, please let me know. I would pay you for that one. All right, let's go to glass 2 in this flight. Glass 1, not so impressive. Here's glass 2, just a reminder. Glass 2 of 3. Let's check this thing out on the nose. Coat the glass. Ooh, this is a fruity one. Wow. I said I wasn't going to guess what these are, but I feel like this is the Penelope Barrel Strength Batch 7. It's just got that really nice fruitiness that you get from an MGP wheated bourbon. It's got nice grain notes going on in here, those really nice corn notes. It does smell youthful, but it doesn't smell youthful in a bad way. Oh, yeah. A lot of vanilla cream in that, some honey, some strawberry. It gets tart into the back end. Fantastic. That's a great pour right there in glass number 2. Let me put it next to glass 1. Glass 2 jumps out of the glass here. It almost has a scotchy vibe to it for some reason. I would think that's the Penelope, but I could be totally wrong. Let's go back to glass 1 in this group. Yeah, it's definitely darker. I'm getting some plum now on the nose. Finally, the nose is starting to open up. That sip was much better than the first. I'm not going to rule out glass 1 just yet. All right. I'm not going to rule it out. So guys, what are you all sipping on right now? I'm curious to know. It's Thursday night. For me, Thursday, I know it's not correct, but it feels a little bit like a weekend to me. It's like, well, tomorrow's Friday, so I can kind of do whatever. So like Thursday night, I feel like I have higher proof pours. When I'm not doing a live stream or whatever like that, if I get home from a gig on a Thursday night, I feel like I'm always having higher proof pours on a Thursday and Friday. I don't know. Maybe that's just me, but let me know what you're sipping on. Let's see. Also, guys, quick plug here. Drums and Drams Patreon. We've got about 30 patrons right now. That's kind of the number we hover around. It's usually between 30 and 35. We have some fall off. We have new people come in every month. The Patreon's getting better and better there. No physical rewards yet. We still don't have a Drums and Drams like swag shop or merch page up. That will be coming in the future. Absolutely. But it's a great place. $5, $10, and $15 tiers. No high tiers. Nothing like that. I've been putting out some more content there. And I'm going to, kind of finish up doing some things for the $15 VIP tier this month, getting all of that, where I really want it. But it's been a slow process, a really fun process, and I'm doing my best with that. But if you're interested in supporting the channel, we do monthly giveaways there outside of the live streams just for patrons. I basically alternate every month a sample giveaway for 2 people, generally 2 people, or like August is going to be a giveaway for a full bottle. I don't know what it'll be yet, but it's usually in the $80 to $100 range. So usually a pretty good bottle for the Patreon. So if you're interested in supporting the channel, check out the Drums and Drams Patreon. I haven't really plugged it very much at all. But hey, why not? Let's plug it right now. Wow, lots of people just chimed in here. That's awesome in the chat. Man, this group of 3 is not that impressive to me. I don't know why. Yeah, interesting. So we've got a Glen Scotia 15, one of my favorite scotches in the world. Value-wise, age-wise, flavor-wise, Glen Scotia 15 is where it's at. I love it. We got an old Ezra going on here with Tom. Daniel, Texas Rye, local pick. Sounds crazy. Doesn't sound that crazy. Knob Creek 120. Oh, you're speaking my language now. Little Bell Mead in here. I see some Barrel Batch 26, 1792. Jared, I've always been curious about that Bull Run Pinot finish. That's always sounded like an interesting one. I got really close to buying one on secondary, and I never pulled the trigger. I see some Ezra 7. I just recently broke, God forbid, I broke my bottle, my old bottle of Old Ezra 7, the one that looks like the Ezra Brooks bottling from like 2015. I knocked something over in this room, and I cracked the bottle, and a piece of glass like this big popped out of the front of the bottle, and it was like peeing whiskey out on me. Like it just popped this little section out, and I was like, oh my God. And I'm like running through the house as this thing is like shooting whiskey out of it. And I got it to the sink, and I had to decanter actually right next to the sink, coincidentally, and I'm like squirting it into the decanter. It was ridiculous. So I had to strain the glass out of it, but I have it now. It's back there, but I was so sad. Anyways, that's my old Ezra story. Let's see. What is Daniel talking about? What is Daniel talking about? He says, we know why. What was that about, Daniel? Whiskey Nose going in for $5 super chat. Rock on, brother. Thank you so much, man. Thank you. Emergency decanter. I know it was like next to the sink for me to wash out. Or I had already rinsed it out maybe, but it was for the infinity bottle decanter from the Drums and Drams infinity bottle. So I had to like quickly empty it out into there. I only lost, I don't know, 50, 75 milliliters, something like that. So not that much. Oh, you know why this batch of 3 isn't so impressive. Okay. Yeah, it's just not that great. So anyways, like I said, here's number 1, which is very youthful. Ethanol, not a lot going on. A little plum there on the last sip. Here's number 2, which feels more like a Penelope to me. It's definitely really fruity. And then here's number 3, just a reminder. And I'm going to taste number 3 right now and pick a winner out of this grouping. All right, so let's do that. Let's check out 3. 3 has got some peanut butter going on here. Some nice peanut butter. Feels kind of Heaven Hill-y. Yeah, classic Kentucky bourbon here. At least I think. Ooh. That one's very rich. Very rich caramel and peanut butter. Oh, man. That's a good one. It's going to be between number 2 and 3, I bet, in this flight. Yeah, number 1 is just... Okay, I'm going to go ahead and eliminate this one. Number 1, out of here. So now we're down to glasses 2 and 3 for this second group of 3. Aiden's got to head back to work. Dude, thank you for jumping in, and appreciate you always. I hope you're enjoying that Whiskey War Double Oaked. I need to crack mine open again, get another pour. It seemed a little bit like, I don't know if it's young or just rye forward on the first sip there, but everybody's saying that this thing is opening up really well. So I need to go back to it and check it out again. Excuse me. Goodness, I got the bourbon belches right now. Ooh, had tacos earlier with my parents up in Cleveland, so oof. This is a lot of scientific words. I'm just kidding, but it is very descriptive. Rum aged in X tequila, cast strength, no sugar added, made from fresh cane juice and wild fermentation method like Claritin. I'm just kidding. I don't know what any of that means. I'm not a big rum or tequila person, but it sounds impressive and it sounds good. Okay. Am I going to have an honorable mention glass from one of the batches to compete with the 3 winners at the end? I don't know. Daniel, do you remember which one I didn't really care for this one in particular, this glass number 1. The other ones from the first round. The answer is no, but I'm going to go back and rewatch this at the end and see what I put back there. I didn't order them in any way. Maybe I should have. But you can tell me, in the chat at the end, if you remember at the end of all this, what I had over what in any given round. I liked number 2 from round 1. I didn't put them in an order back there, so I don't remember which one that is. Flight 1, glass 2. Yeah, okay. Yeah, we'll see. Let's go back to this one here real quick. It's like, do I want young, fruity, grain forward here, or do I want oak, rich peanut butter, and caramel? I don't know. That was interesting. Man, this is a tough one. Guys, do I like younger, fruitier, more lively whiskeys, or do I like more relaxed, oaky, peanut buttery whiskeys? I don't know. I really don't know. Someone tell me what I like. These are both really great. I think the youth in this first one that I think is Penelope is a little bit not great. It's just a little bit ethanol forward. Okay, so I think I'm going to have to go with Glass 3 because it is a more comprehensive bourbon. And I actually think I know what this is. But number 2 is a really close second, okay? So I'm going to tell you guys that. Number 2, this is a mood thing, 100% a mood thing. But right now we're dealing with like really great, refined, well put together whiskeys of this group of 9. And I feel like I want to just go with what feels more in that direction, right? So I'm going to put number 2 over here, but number 2 from round 1 and number 2 from round 2 have been really great. And if that's not Penelope, I don't know what is. All right, that's got to be Penelope batch 7. But I said I wasn't going to guess. So I'm going to put this here. The winner of this round is this. Actually, let me make sure the autofocus is good. Okay, so this is the winner of second round going on to the finals. And a reminder, the winner of the first round, if you're just joining us, the first round of 3 is this. Okay, so that's what we've got. Those 2 are in the finals, and we need to pick one more to meet up with those guys in the finals. Okay. Jay says, I'm young and fruity. Daniel says, you hate peanuts. I do hate peanuts, but that one was peanut butter, and I like peanut butter in whiskey if it's kept in balance. So I'll take it. If it's like dry peanut shell, Booker's, that kind of thing, then I really don't like it. Man, I could have chosen glass number 2 for that, but we'll just see. Clarine, I don't know how to say it exactly, is a Haitian natural fermentation rum that is very wild and complex, made from fresh pressed cane juice. Wow, interesting. 1910 down the pipe. I recently popped that open again, and I'm getting more and more into Brown-Forman every time I drink it. I don't know what it is. I've had and crave biannually Cincy chili, but Cleveland tacos. It was just a place on the campus at Kent State. That's why it was like a last minute thing. I went up there and didn't have a lot of time, and so I was like, let's just find a restaurant, So I had some fish tacos and some shrimp tacos. I'm a big seafood guy, so tacos. All right, let me grab the last 3, and we'll do the final round of 3 here. Man, I have some great pours in this flight. Russell's 13, Blue Run 14, some great stuff. But I don't feel like I've gotten a lot of really outstanding whiskeys so far. I mean, these all smell good. I don't know if it's just me, if I'm broken, but everything feels, young and hot, at least so far. A lot of them, I'd say, I don't know, about half of them have felt really young and really hot, and I don't know why. All right, yeah, Amy, thanks for reminding. Guys, everybody, for tonight's giveaway, we have the Smoke Wagon Uncut Unfiltered batch number 65 here. This is a mid-May 2021 batch, clocking in at 56.21% ABV. Yeah, we're giving this away. So every $5 in Super Chats gets you one chance into tonight's giveaway, and Amy is generously keeping track of that on her end, and we're going to draw for this in about 40 minutes, 45 minutes, something like that. So get those Super Chats in, and I'll be sure to read those Super Chats. Hit that like button, all that good stuff. Thank you for being here on this Thursday evening. Let's do it. Here we go. Third and final round. Let me show you what we've got in this third and final round. This is glass 1. All right, so that's what we've got in glass 1. Glass 2 is this. And finally, behind door number 3 is this bad boy. Okay. So that's what we've got here. Let's start with glass number 1 with this one. Oh, this is interesting. Really kind of a, I don't want to speak too soon. This is a weird one. Could this be the Still Austin? This has a funkiness to it. Like, it almost has, there's almost something grassy about it. It's not green rye herbal qualities. It's still green, but it's like almost grassy, but not in the Ezra Brooks 99 way, not in the way of Larceny B521 where you have like the fresh cut grass. This is something totally different. Whoa, that is wild. And like maybe some dark chocolate, a little espresso. It's dark. It's got a ton of cinnamon. It's got a dusty funk quality to it. This is fantastic. It is hot. It has a little bit of menthol on the nose, but that's a great whiskey right there. Just a reminder, quick reminder. Jiminy Christmas, that's great. All right, let's go to glass 2. All right, let's go to glass 2. This is what's behind door number 2. Let's check this one out on the nose. Oh, geez. This is going to be the tough round. These all smell very good. Young and hot is almost great in every situation, Cheech. That's funny, man. Ooh, this isn't the first that I've heard that Smoke Wagon has fallen. They could crash and burn because they don't have much older bourbon anymore. The rigors of sourcing. Oh, well. Yeah, you know, it seems like MGP is still giving up older stock to certain companies, probably companies that they have good relationships and good deals with, or, you know, I don't know how all the contracts work behind the scenes, how long those contracts extend, you know what I mean? But yeah, I think Smoke Wagon, along with a lot of other companies, are probably going to have to start using younger stuff, and it's going to just change fundamentally the flavor profile of what they're doing. But I don't know. I've also heard that Smoke Wagon has a good deal, and they're going to at least continue getting maybe like 8-year stuff. I don't know. I'm just, you know, I've heard a lot of different rumors, and I never know what's true. Unless someone like from the industry tells me something, it's like, I don't really know what's going on, you know? I recently opened this flight number 3 glass 2, the one that I'm smelling right now. Even the neck pour was fantastic, says John. It smells good. It really does. Like I said, glass 1 to me, this is funky. This is funky. There's so much going on there. If that's not Still Austin, I'm crazy. But glass 2, this one right here, I don't exactly know what's going on with this one. So let's check it out a little bit more. 70 in the chat right now. Thank you guys for tuning in. Hit that like button if you just popped in here. We have a giveaway this evening. Check it out in the banner below. Smoke Wagon for every $5 super chat that goes in here. Throw up a question, throw up a thought. I'll read it out loud, and you will be entered into the giveaway. 1 entry per $5. Glass 2 has a lot of barrel char. It seems like a classic kind of Kentucky bourbon profile here. Like I'm getting a little dark cherry. I'm getting barrel char / espresso, you know, going on in here. Just a nice sort of caramel foundation to it. But there's something lacking a little bit. Like it is a little bitter on the nose, but there's something just a little bit lacking here. I bet I know what that is. It totally, like, the palate was great on that, and then it fell off on the back end. It's like there's no finish to this. Let me do one more sip. Yeah, weird. It's like there's no finish to this. Here it is again. I feel like this rhymes with Schlemija Beg. If I had to guess, I would guess this is a particular Heaven Hill new batch of a barrel-proof bourbon, but I don't know for sure. But it just falls off on the back end. Carl, thank you. I am actually doing that right now. All right. And in glass number 3 of this round, the final round of the, I guess, prelims, is this bourbon right here. All right. So this is what I'm about to nose and taste right now. Let's see what we've got in glass 3. What the heck? See, here's the thing. I felt like in this blind flight, I would pick out Blue Run, Russell's 13, and I figured I would pick out Still Austin and what's the other one that I'm looking at? Oh, Penelope. And I feel like I did pick out Still Austin and Penelope. We'll see if I'm right at the end of all this. But like Russell's 13 and Blue Run have not made themselves clear to me. And that's weird. And I've been drinking those. You know, I've been drinking those recently. Damien says, I've only had the Smoke Wagon small batch and have had the neck pour, hoping for the Uncut, Unfiltered in the very near future. I'll be honest, small batch to me is the best value in the lineup, considering that Uncut, Unfiltered is typically marked up around 80 to 100, depending on where you're at and if you go secondary. Small batch to me, I think, is a great bourbon. I really do. So, but yeah, hoping, you know, fingers crossed you get that Uncut, Unfiltered tonight or even another time if you don't end up getting the giveaway tonight. Jay, for the obvious ones I want to try, like I'd say one of my pet peeves is when people do like side-by-side videos and it's like Rare Breed versus Old Forester 1920. And they're like, I wonder which one this is. I can't stand that. It's like, you're not a good actor. Stop doing it. You know, it's like, you know that one is going to be the 1920 profile and one is going to be the Rare Breed profile. And they're very distinct things. So if I know, or if I feel like I know what one is, I'm not going to not say it, you know? Okay, glass 3 again. This feels like the Four Roses pick to me. This has a very Four Roses profile. This is kind of a flat palate, not very eventful. I don't know exactly what this is. I'd say Four Roses, but I don't know. Yeah, absolutely. Just, you know, throw an email my way, drumsanddrams@gmail.com. If you do want to send in samples, I have some video out from a long time ago kind of saying that, you know, I can't send samples back just because, you know, I probably have 200 samples at this point. I can't send them all an equal amount back to people. But if you do want to submit samples, a blind flight, I hope you don't poison it or put Ipecac in it. But if you want to put a blind flight in or just, you know, a sample or two, absolutely feel free. Shoot me an email. I'll get you my mailing address and we'll make it happen. I'm going to send you head-to-heads to see how easy it is. No. Matt, here's the deal. I'm saying if the person making the video knows that they are doing 1920 versus Rare Breed or like, I don't know, Knob Creek 12 versus E.H. Taylor, another 100 proofer. Like, if you know that those are your two pours and you poured them yourself and you just spun the glasses around a bunch of times, I feel like you pretty much know what's what when you're doing the blind. I'm not like, if you sent me randomly, you know, 2 distinct distillery profiles, I might get kind of close to the distillery. You know, anyways, you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. Soy sauce blind. Kikkoman is the Blantons of soy sauce. Oh, you don't need to add a penny. I think, what is that? Is it Android versus Apple or something like that? The reason for the 99 and the even numbers. Matt jumps in and goes straight to the deep end, Scott. I know, man. Matt's killing me. Matt, shut your freaking face. Shut your beautiful face, your beautiful bearded face, Matt. I'm going to be in Colorado, and I'm going to be 4 hours away from you, and I'm pissed. and I'm trying to convince Sarah to let me drive to you 4 hours away. Hey, honey, I know we got married yesterday, but can we go see Matt Porter? Oh, Lord Almighty. Oh, all right, guys. I'm feeling a little bit. Getting the rosy cheeks. Getting a little excited about Matt Porter's face and the hair on his face. But we're going to keep going on this 9-pour blind flight. Ben Laguerre says, just a little hit for being too cool. Thank you so much, man. $20 super chat means a lot to have you supporting, to have you hanging out tonight. And, of course, 4 entries into the giveaway for the Smoke Wagon Uncut Unfiltered this evening. Appreciate it. And everybody in the chat, please hit that like button right now. Let's keep it going here. I know. All I have to tell her is, hey, babe, Matt told me that in his town, Glendronach 18, a 2017 bottling, is sitting on the shelf at $120, and there's a Glenmorangie Signet for $130. If I told her that, we'd be driving 4 hours. Nick, I just ordered 3 of those. I'm going to use one for a giveaway here on the channel because I'm just anticipating that being a really great whiskey. So, hell yeah, I've been so excited about the Penelope Toasted. And so I ordered 3. One is going to be my backup, and one is going to be a giveaway for the channel. So, oh, Matt, that Fusion 5 is a weird one in the Fusion line for me. I'm trying to get Fusion 2, and then I'll have all of them, and then I'm going to do a Fusion blind. But Pursuit United is what's kind of in the same boat as Fusion in flavor profile, you know, with the different blends that they're doing. I feel like the notes are pretty similar in a lot of those. So, no, that's a tough one. Gosh, I got to get these super chats and keep going here with the flight. Thank you guys so much. The O-Face Maker says, is it possible that Ohio will do a lottery? Didn't they get home? Is it possible that Ohio will do a lottery that the same person won't win more than one bottle? Then they get home and immediately open and share it. Is that shade on the lotteries here? Because, yeah, people are winning like multiple Pappies and BTAC bottles in the same lottery. Yeah, I mean, there's some fuckery going on behind the scenes. I think we all know it. Who in God's green earth would not want to go visit Matt Porter? I know, right? I mean, we have 6 days in Colorado. One of those we got to get married. Another one we can just go see Matt Porter. You know what I'm saying? I don't know the answer to this. Someone else chime in here in the chat. Carl, that's hilarious. There are good and bad days. I do feel like I'm a little off right now for whatever reason. I think if I'm dialed in, usually I've been drinking whiskey for about an hour before I do stuff like this, and then I'm really dialed in. Tonight, I just hit it. I got out of the car. I've been driving 5.5 hours today. It's a long day, and I think, that could be part of the reason. Daniel, there's like really no wedding. So it would literally be, Matt, if you're still here, it would be my parents, Sarah's mom, me and Sarah, and Matt Porter. That would be hilarious. Matt, you're going to be one of like 5 people at my wedding. Okay, guys. 77 in the chat, 78 in the chat. Hit that like button, please. We're doing a blind flight, epic 9-pour blind flight. I'm getting a little tipsy here, so let's keep going. Here's a reminder real quick of what's in the final round of 3 before we go to the finals. Glass 1, which I think is still Austin, if I remember. I'm thinking that I think it's still Austin. I don't know that it is. That's glass 2. And then here is glass 3. Okay, so sorry, I just went totally quiet here. I'm like rambling and talking, and then like drunk mind kicked in, and it was like just focus on the pours. Dead silence. Okay. These are all pretty good pours, but they're all so different. Like, just really, really different. Unfortunately, a family friend is the reason we're going to Colorado, and that family friend is officiating. If that weren't the case, Matt, we would have you officiate 100,000,000%. Oh, these chats are hilarious. I am entering the world's top whiskey taster competition. I have not submitted my video, and I need to do that. That's been on my mind. Big Vic, you took my toasted Penelope. I apologize. I did order 3 of them. I'm greedy, but I'm going to share at least one of them. I might even share. Oftentimes, I buy a backup bottle and I just end up giving it away because it's like, I'll never get around to it. I just want other people to have these bottles. And so, yeah. These super chats are amazing. Okay, guys, let's figure out what I'm going to pick in this round. Glass 2 is probably Glass 2 or 3 on the nose. Glass 1 is just a little too out of whack and young and funky. Again, I think it's still Austin. Bourbon belches. I think it's still Austin. It's so good. But for what I'm looking for, at least tonight, it's just a little off, Lido, $25 super chat. Drinking some Redbreast 15. Thank you so much. 15. Drinking some Redbreast 15. That's what I sounded like. Thank you, man. Thanks for the super chat. Lido is one of the biggest supporters of the channel, and I can't thank you enough, man. And I hope next time I'm in Texas, I get to share a pour with you. So I'm working on some gigs down there with all this Delta variant stuff going on. I have no idea what's going to be happening in terms of travel and gigging and stuff like that. But man, next time I'm down there, I'm going to make a day and we're going to hang out because that would be amazing. Hi, Cam. Did you oust Matt yet? What does that mean? I would never oust Matt. And anyway, I don't even know how I could. The day it gave the option. Otherwise, there's no. Yeah, overthinking. I know. I'm like sitting here overthinking it for sure. Okay. Let's go back to Glass 2. Again, here's Glass 2. This has, again, a classic Kentucky bourbon profile to it. Some darker fruits, a good oak, little peanut butter, caramel. It reminds me of a glass from earlier, actually. I have to leave enough for the final round. Okay. And now Glass 3. Another quick reminder of Glass 3. Okay. A little bit flat on the nose. Oh, man, this is tough. I might have to go with Glass 3. Glass 1 is so crazy. Shoot. You know what? I can't pick between Glass 2 and 3, so I'm going to put them both in the finals, and then I'm going to have to pick anyways, but it's going to make me feel better so I don't hold us up now. So I'm just going to pick them both and put them both in the finals. All right. So let's just do it that way. Okay. So we're going to have 4 glasses in the finals. That's that. Okay. Great. Hit that like button, everybody. And let's get into the finals here. Let me readjust my little desk setup. I got to hustle. I got to get through this. You know what? Screw it. I got to pick a winner out of those. I got to pick a winner out of this round because I don't have very much time left. I'd like to be done by 10 if I can. You know what? I'm going to pick. Dang it. Oh, this could go either way. Oh, my God. What am I going to do? I think I got to pick Glass 3 from that last round. Again, every round, glass number 2 has been in second place. Every freaking round. And glass number 3 has been in first. So I don't know if it's just me or if it's really like what I'm tasting. I have no idea. All right. This is a little weird, but I don't have very much left in this glass and I can't keep drinking it. Scott, adjusting the rules like a true whiskey taster. And you spelled whiskey the correct way, so I like that. Mr. Steve Hay says, great channel. Thanks for what you do. And thank you, Steve, for supporting and being here, man. I really appreciate that. A Golden Glen. There it is, right there. Okay, right there. There it is. It's hard to do that like when you're mirrored on the screen, you know. Okay. If number 3 wins this time, I think it's rigged, says Carl. All right. Let's check this out. So there's no sense in mixing these up. Here's glass 1 in this final flight. Here's glass 1. I think I know what glass 1 is. These others, I'm not so sure. Here's glass 2. And finally, here is glass 3. Let's do this. All right, glass 1, which I just picked as the winner in the last round. Yeah, that's the thing about the way I did this randomly. I feel like I know what it could have been, just thinking back, but I don't, we'll see. Glass 1, unfortunately, there's not that much whiskey left in here, so nosing it is a little difficult. It's interesting. There's a good amount of leather, a good amount of fruitiness in there. It's kind of spicy. Glass 2 here. This is classic Kentucky bourbon profile. I feel like I'm doing really shitty on this flight. And I know you can't do shittily on a flight like this when it's totally like blind and you're just picking winners as opposed to guessing things. There's really no wrong answer, but I feel like I've picked some weird things and I don't know why. So I'm going to rewatch some of my decisions here after the fact and see like what was going on, you know? Glass 2, I love the sweetness there. Glass 1 has that Four Roses vibe. Glass 2 has that Kentucky vibe. And glass 3, which is this. Glass 3. Glass 3 might be the one. Oh, man. That's really good. I think I know what that is, too. Oh, that is good. Oh, sheesh. All right. All right. Let me taste glass 2 again. Let me taste glass 1 again. Oh, man. That was easy. I have my order. It's going to go 3-1-2 in the final round. All right. It's going to go 3-1-2. So in first place, glass 3, to me, has so much complexity. And it's just got such a comprehensive profile to it. I think it's amazing. That's first place. In second place is glass 1 here. Glass 1 is not classic Kentucky bourbon. It's fruitier, it's brighter, more floral, more spicy. And in third place is glass 2, which is that classic Kentucky flavor, that oak, that caramel, that like barrel char, dark cherry, that kind of a thing. All right, so let me show you third place first. Third place, glass number 2 is Clyde May's 10-year cask strength. See, I knew it was either going to be Clyde May's, which again, the 10-year is a Kentucky bourbon. The new 12-year That is MGP. I don't know how new that is actually, but the 12 years MGP, the 10 years Kentucky, and the sourcing is undisclosed. It was either going to be that or the Elijah Craig Barrel Proof. I could feel that it was that classic Kentucky profile, but I think Clyde May's 10 is probably Heaven Hill. I think they're probably pretty darn close to the same thing. It has to be. Okay, in second place, I said this was fruitier, spicier, more floral. I think this is the Four Roses pick, but I don't know. Here it is. It is the Four Roses OBSK. Now, this is not my favorite Four Roses recipe by any means. I am a Four Roses nut now after having a couple of these barrel strengths. I have an OESQ that is amazing. It almost tastes like a Brown-Forman product, actually. OESV and OESO are obviously incredible, but like I love the Four Roses profile. And so I will take that any day over that, again, more classic Kentucky bourbon, caramel, dark cherry, oak profile. So that is a subjective assessment here. In first place, the chat's funny. That first round was all hitters, says Daniel. In first place, I think I know what this is. And I think glass number 2 in the first round was probably Blue Run 14. I don't know that, but I think that this is Russell's 13, the winner of the whole thing. And it is. It is Russell's 13. So I'll be honest, it did not jump out of the glass as Russell's 13. But damn, that is some good whiskey. So Russell's 13 wins it. Four Roses OBSK comes in second. Clyde May's 10-year comes in third. Now, Clyde May's, the Four Roses last round was up against something that I couldn't decide between, and I think it's Elijah Craig Barrel Proof. And it is. So the Four Roses was very close to Elijah Craig Barrel Proof B521 for me in that last round. So Matt Porter, bullet single barrels for the win. Matt Grease told me that freaking bullet single barrel is a Four Roses barrel, and he said somebody confirmed that with him. I don't know who it was, but I'm going to go with that. N.A. Walker 2 says, keep up the good work. Thank you so much. That's 2 entries into tonight's giveaway. Appreciate the support. John, Keith sent me a sample of that. I don't know what tier it was. Absolutely amazing. Yes, please give Cheech a sub. Please give Whiskey Nose a sub. Any whiskey channel, Kilco, all the whiskey channels in here, guys. Please go give those guys some subscribers. Hit the subscribe button. Do the thing. Please. Okay, Tom, if you're still here, Group 1, Glass 2, what was it? Is it the Blue Run? Group 1. Okay, these are the 2 Group 1 pours up here. I don't know which one was which, though. It was Discovery 4 and Blue Run. So the first round was Russell's 13, Blue Run 14, and Discovery 4. And that's why it was like, that is hilarious. So, Tom, I think if I'm correct, Glass 2 was Blue Run and Glass 1 was Bardstown Discovery 4. Was that correct? Glass 2 was Discovery 4? I had Blue Run in last place? Holy crap. Wow. Now, I don't want to make an excuse for Blue Run, but I do. Because I like Blue Run. This is good, though, because I haven't recorded my video yet. I wanted to change it around anyways, like I said earlier in the stream. This is a good thing here. Shoot, man. Well, I think the first round of this, I feel like I wasn't ready to nose high proof whiskey. I'll be honest with you guys. And everything kind of smelled the same to me. It kind of just smelled like ethanol, like really young for some reason. So let me see here. Let me do Russell's. Let me take those glasses again. In the order they were in the first round. Let me smell them very quickly. I'm just curious about this. Okay. So number 1 was Blue Run, and 2 was Bardstown. So this is Blue Run. Bardstown. Okay. You get more traditional caramels and bourbon stuff, you know, Kentucky bourbon stuff on the Bardstown, and cherry in a different way, though. The Blue Run, interesting. Yeah, the Blue Run is really menthol heavy for me, really minty. And then the Russell's 13 just stands out. Damn, that Russell's 13. Well, shit. Well, I'm going to take this information and use it in my Blue Run video, you know, that I'm going to record tomorrow and release on Saturday. This is good information. Russell's 13, I hate to say it. It is so head and shoulders above basically everything else I tasted tonight. It's very good. Now, hey, guys, in the chat, did I get Penelope right? And did I get Still Austin right? I felt like those two were gimmies. And then Smoke Wagon Uncut Unfiltered, was that Glass 1 in round 2? I think it was. I guess the whole round 3. Yeah. Okay. So what was that? Still Austin. Yeah. Okay. I remember that. Still Smoke Wagon was number 1 in round 2. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it just makes sense, you know, especially with my preferences and everything like that. Gosh, Russell's Reserve 13 is a great bourbon. The hype is real. Oh, that sucks. That's funny, David. All right, guys. So let's well, this is great. This was a great blind flight. I felt like, you know, early on, I didn't know what the bottles were. As we went on, it became more obvious. And I think it became more obvious because my nose got better. I really don't think at the beginning of this round or the beginning of this live stream that my nose was on. I wasn't getting what I felt like I needed to get. I don't know what it is about Blue Run. It's just so menthol heavy. And it's almost like you have to get underneath something to get to the flavors. But I like it when I drink it normally. And that's not great because that means I'm being affected by the bottle and how much I paid. Yeah, John, I can pretty much tell you that it would have still won. It is head and shoulders above everything else. It's just noticeably better. And it didn't come across like particularly turkey-like in the flight. It just came across as just excellent complex bourbon at a great proof. That's it. All right, let me put these back here. Damn it, Blue Run. Let me rinse this glass out. Yeah, but I cannot agree with this, unfortunately, because Russell's 13 might only be $70, but it's $375 to $400 on secondary. And, you know, unless you have a store hookup, which if you do, that's amazing. If I lived in a state that wasn't state run, I think I'd probably have a store hookup, you know, because I spend a lot of money on this stuff and I'm a talker. I make relationships with people. I think I would have that, but I don't here. And I don't line up 2 to 4 hours early before stores open to get a Russell's 13. So I'll never, ever get one at $70. And I think a lot of people won't either. So the price they're at, 375 to 400. Unfortunately, that's the real price. You know, I mean, if you want access to one, that's the real price. So I don't think it can be in that category. Tim, I know, man. Nashville is calling. Unfortunately, my work with the symphony here keeps, like everything else I do in my life, the traveling, the touring, before COVID, obviously, I could have been anywhere. It wouldn't have mattered. Just somewhere with a decent, you know, reasonable cost of living. But a lot of my side work with the symphony and with other jobs here are in Columbus. And I could probably, like, my friend is the timpanist in the Nashville Symphony. But, you know, to go to another city and establish something like that is tough. It's not impossible, but it's tough. And so my position right now is unfortunately keeping me here and my family. I like being close to family. I'll be honest with you guys. Amy, that sucks. They should have limited that to 1 per person. They really should have. 2 at most. At most. All right, let me clear this glass. Hey guys, I'm running a little behind. I wanted to be done with that by 9:30 to do the final 2 pours here. So we're gonna draw for the giveaway. We're gonna draw for tonight's giveaway at 10:05 in 20 minutes. I can get through 2 pours in 20 minutes. I said I'm gonna preview 2 final things for all of you. One is going to be this Stellum Bourbon. I just want to preview it. You can see I haven't had any of it. I cracked it open. I have not had a sip of the Stellum Bourbon just yet. And this one I have had a sip of. IW Harper 15, which I feel like I should have owned this a long time ago, and I just, for some reason, never picked one up. But I'm going to preview both of these for you guys. There are going to be reviews of these coming out for both of them. So if I say something tonight that I end up refuting or elaborating on in my review, it is what it is. You know, I haven't really established my thoughts on these too much at this point, especially not the Stellum. So that is the plan for the next 20 minutes. And then we're going to do the drawing for the giveaway. So just a final reminder, or maybe not quite the final, but another reminder, hit the like button below for those of you in the chat. And also every $5 super chat will obviously pop up on the screen. Throw a question, throw a comment in there. But every $5 is 1 entry into the randomizer for the giveaway of this Smoke Wagon Uncut Unfiltered, which is like a $70 to $100 bottle of, you know, Smoke Wagon's highest end stuff. That's not the crazy single barrels and the crazy rare limited stuff. This is a batch 65 here. So throw in for that if you guys want to win a bottle of the Smoke Wagon. And also, of course, support the channel, all that good stuff. All right, I got to clear one more glass for this last little section here. All right. First and foremost, I am going to taste the lower proof of the 2 offerings of the final section of this live stream, the IW Harper 15. Let's talk about it very quickly. IW Harper is coming in at 86 proof. So this is a low proof whiskey. Okay. This is owned by Diageo, the same company that owns so many Scotch brands. Johnny Walker, Klein Leach, Cragganmore, Oban. What else does Diageo own? All of the classic and coastal malts, you know, Lagavulin, Talisker. So many companies are owned by Diageo. It's a big multinational. They also own IW Harper. They also own George Dickel. And so IW Harper is distilled at the New Bernheim distillery. It is bottled in Tullahoma, where George Dickel is in Tennessee. This is, again, 15 years, 86 proof, so we're looking at a low proof. Diageo also owns the Orphan Barrel stuff, Barter House, some of those older, you know, 20 to 25-year-old bottles. This obviously comes in a beautiful decanter. I mean, you're not going to find anything else prettier than this. It looks like it looks like it should be in like an old like mob film. You know what I mean? Behind the bar in a mob film. So it's absolutely gorgeous. I've heard mixed reviews on it because of the low proof and some other reasons, but I'm going to pour some out here. And I also, along with this, because this is an 86 proof bourbon, I wanted to do a quick thing about glasses. Do I have time right now? Not really, but I'm going to do it anyways. So let me pour these, and then I'll tell you why I'm doing this. Okay. Great. Beautiful. Beautiful bottle. Let's put it up here. Let's get the blue run out of here because it didn't do so well. All right. So IW Harper 15 in 3 different glasses. And, you know, I just got a comment on a video. I'll check the chat here in a second, guys. I just got a comment on a video, and I've gotten this before, which is like, dude, why are you putting your nose so far into that glass of whiskey? And I love that comment, okay? This recent one, and this is probably a nice person, probably trying to help me out. But, you know, why are you putting your nose so far in the glass? Face palm emoji. You know, you should be leaving your nose an inch or two away from the glass and going nostril to nostril to really, you know, allow the ethanol to roll off the rim of the glass and to get the sense. I get it. You know, I watched all the documentaries, all the videos on how to nose whiskey, and there's a reason I use the glasses that I use, which are these short-stemmed glasses. They have more volume than a Glencairn. Glencairn has, I think, about 6 ounces. This is close to 7. It has a wider bulb at the bottom, and it also has the short stem, so you're not touching the glass and warming the whiskey up, which fundamentally changes the nosing and the flavor profile when you warm the whiskey up. It gets more alcoholic, and you get more intense flavors, but it's not as varied. It becomes a one-trick pony, and it's very alcoholic. Just if you're curious about it, hold the glass like this for a while and smell it and taste it next to another glass of the same whiskey where you don't do that at room temperature. You'll see the difference. But I get these comments, and I can't remember the video it was. I think it was like maybe Bardstown Discovery 5 or High Plains, something that's not like crazy proofy. I use this glass because it dissipates the ethanol a lot. A Glencairn for me has always focused the scents more to my nose and given me a lot more alcohol. So for a Glencairn, I have to stay away from the glass unless it's a low proof. With these glasses, because they're slightly bigger, more volume, I can get more into the glass, and I'm really just accustomed to it. Now, the other thing this person said and other people have said is, why don't you keep your mouth open when you nose? A lot of people have been told, and it's true, that if you open your mouth slightly and you nose, it opens up the sort of olfactory system, and you can actually taste the whiskey as you nose it. And that's true. And a lot of times I do that, and a lot of times I don't do that, you know. But my nose has done me well thus far, and so if I choose not to do it, or if I just inadvertently don't do it, that's fine. But the comments are cracking me up. Because of those comments, and because I do want to make a video about whiskey glasses as well, I thought tonight, with a low-proof whiskey like IW Harper, I have not tested this yet. I could be wrong. But I've placed IW Harper in 3 different glasses. 86 proof. I have put it in my glass, which I feel like dissipates the ethanol the most. A Glencairn, the industry standard, in the middle. And finally, this Luigi Bormioli glass, which is a very low-volume glass, probably about 4.5 ounces in here, as opposed to 6 and 7, basically, to see how the flavors and aromas differ in these glasses. I don't want to take too much time with this, but I did want to preface that for all of you, why I'm doing this, okay? Okay. Young Pei says, it does not follow to me that there's any dogma to nosing and tasting bourbon if there is no dogma to how it should be drank. Right. I agree. And look, if I go through a competition round like with Matt on Matt Madness, and I nose 4 glasses in 90 seconds, and I call 2 bottles in that 90 seconds, it's like I feel like my nose is doing a good thing. You know what I mean? Like I feel like it's all about context. If I nose every glass or every bourbon in this glass with my mouth shut, then it's the same point of reference across the board. If I change it along the way, that's when it starts to screw with you. So if you do it the same the whole time and you have a system, then it's fine. Anyways, I don't want to get too far into the weeds there. I just thought it was amusing that I was getting these comments. Daniel's really eating the menthol on the Blue Run 14 now. Yeah, it's kind of hard to miss in a blind flight like that. I mean, seriously. Sherry G's in for the giveaway. Thank you. Tim, cheers, go big. Sorry, guys, I missed those super chats a little bit ago. I'm going to move along here. Scott says, honest question. Would you like a Minnesota whiskey? I've got a good rye in mind. If so, shoot me a note through Patreon. Scott, I don't know that I'll remember to shoot you a note. If you shoot me one, I will respond to it. I'm not trying to put it on you, but I just know I'm feeling pretty good right now, and I don't know if I'm going to remember that. I would love to try a Minnesota rye, especially a rye. I feel like craft distilleries or smaller distilleries doing rye whiskeys, those are the most interesting things besides store picks for me at this point. Some Rowan's Creek from Gregory Lyons. Hell yeah, man. I have not had Rowan's Creek, and Noah's Mill, which is sort of the upgraded version of that, I haven't had in about 7-8 months. I need to revisit my bottle and try it. I wasn't a big fan of that profile at first, but I think it may have grown on me. So I'm curious to see what happens. Carl, yeah, that's interesting. That's a really interesting thing. I'm doing my best. Drinking and tasting are 2 different things. Yes, they absolutely are. Okay. All right. So let's check this out. I'm going to do a quick down the line nosing of these 3 different glasses. Oh yeah. That's hilarious. It's honestly hilarious. So out of this glass, this smells like, let me give you guys a couple of notes first out of my preferred glass for IW Harper 15. 86 proof, low proof. I'm getting a ton of really old, like almost a dusty, funky quality to this because it is 15 years old. I'm getting a lot of the old school butterscotch and funk note, a good amount of like sweet oak, almost like the Rhetoric. You know, if you know Rhetoric 20 to 25, that kind of oak is here. You know, there is some fruit here, but it's like really in the background, some darker fruit notes. A little bit of chocolate. Not a ton of spice necessarily. There's some cinnamon, there's some nutmeg, but it's really, again, integrated with the oak. It's more just like a seasoned oak profile here. And it's, to me, I really like it. When I go to the Glencairn, I immediately get more of an intense pointed flavor. Espresso, dark chocolate, more alcohol, more menthol, actually. I still get the oak, you know, I still get the richness and the age, but it's so much sharper on the Glencairn. And then finally, on the even smaller Luigi Bormioli stemmed glass, this doesn't even smell like the same whiskey to me. Yeah, if you put the extremes next to each other, you know, this is probably 4.5 ounces, probably a 7-ounce volume capacity here. It's not even close. It is so different. The glass matters so much here. And I saw some discussion in the Bourbon Junkies Facebook group about using glasses. And it's like, you know, the glass doesn't allow you, the glass doesn't give you a better nose. It doesn't give you a better palate. But the glass allows you to focus on different things. And for me, finding my perfect glass was a challenge along the way. I have so many glasses. And to me, the most balanced for me getting flavors and aromas out of the whiskeys, it's this one, right? It's not the prettiest glass. It's not the most enjoyable to hold, but I feel like I enjoy the whiskey the most out of this because it balances proof and flavor so well, not only with an 86 proofer, which is surprising me, but with like high proofers, like high proofers, this dissipates the flavors or dissipates the alcohol and gets you to the flavors quicker. And even with an 86 proofer, I would feel like this might be a little too uneventful or too watery almost on the nose. It's not. It's not. The Glencairn kind of, the Glencairn could be the sweet spot for this, but it definitely sharpens the whiskey up a little bit. So I don't want to go on a rant here too much, but glass matters so much, not in terms of how good your nose or palate is. You have to train those things, but it matters of how the whiskey presents itself to you. Tim, have you had the Remus? Whoa. Is there a Remus 5 out now? Or are you talking about Remus Volstead with that V? If you're talking about 5, I didn't know that was out yet. So my favorite is Remus 2 and 3. I don't like 4 so much. Carl, the first one is Highland Nosing Glass on Amazon. Just look up Highland Nosing Glass. Kilko, stop making me want more glassware. I know. I think I have 12 of these. I probably have 10 Glens, a couple of Kenzies, 6 of these Luigi Bormioli glasses, which I love for Scotch. And then like the aged in ore neat glasses. I have some regular rocks glasses, some Norland glasses. I have just a lot of, probably have 40 whiskey glasses, which is silly. Jay says, what is your opinion on the Copita glass, the Glencairn Copita? I like it only for Scotch. I can't drink bourbon out of it. To me, it makes bourbon too alcoholic. It's too ethanol forward. Guy, no, you don't have to be present to win. You do not. I will contact you. And also, thank you for tuning in, Guy. I appreciate you. One of the biggest supporters of the channel, absolutely. And next time I'm in Indiana, I'm going, blah, blah, blah. I can't speak. I am going to freaking link up with you, and we are going to have a pour together. This is the one glass I want, but it's a little pricey, and I haven't pulled the trigger yet. That is what I want. And the Tua glass, the Irish whiskey glass, not my favorite. I feel like it's a little too big, a little too much dissipation of the flavors and stuff like that. Whoa, Remus 5 is about to hit shelves. If someone wants to hook a brother up, I will take it. I will take a Remus 5. Wow, that's awesome. I can't wait for that to hit shelves here in Ohio. It's about 85 here, and I'm willing to pay that for a Remus all day. Daniel, I've been thinking about doing this. I just need to make it happen, basically. Okay. Oh, man. I guess I need to get a Remus 5. I need to get that review going. All right. Tim can send a sample. I would love a sample, but I do want to get a bottle, Tim, for a full review. I really do. All right. So anyways, guys, back to IW Harper. I'll pour these together here. Glass matters. That's all I'm saying. IW Harper 15. On the nose, I think it is an absolutely incredible nose. It is all of that sweet oak. It is a cross between like a Rhetoric bottle and an aged Buffalo Trace, but just at a proof that is a little bit too low. That's like the nose for me. Yeah. Excuse me. Like darker fruits, dark honey, tons and tons of oak. All that seasoned oak. I got the bourbon belches. I am so sorry. I love it. Let's go to the palate. Yeah. Man. So that was like a really normal sized sip for me. It just falls off. It's just so weak and watery. if I wanted something to sip on and not think about, I was hanging out with friends and not paying attention, but I wanted to drink an older whiskey, this is a great option at about $70 MSRP. But otherwise, it is too low of a proof. And that is the biggest complaint about this. Now, I hear people complain about the flavor profile. That's either subjective, because for me, it works great, or older batches I've heard are not very good. I think this stuff is phenomenal on the flavor profile side of things. I just wish it was bottled at 100 proof. Now, if you take a bigger sip, you take a bigger sip of that, that's when this thing shines. If you really fill your mouth up with IW Harper 15, it is a much better pour. So, keep that in mind. I really like this stuff. At $70 for a 15-year bourbon, even if it is too watery, I don't have an issue with it. But I am going to try to find a good blend for this thing. Maybe it's with Rare Breed. Maybe it's with like Rare Breed and a little Knob Creek 12, or maybe a 15-year Knob Creek store pick, to kind of balance this thing out with proof and see if I can make it a little bit better. That's why I got rid of them. The Wee Glencairn. I totally agree with your first sentence. That is so true for me as well. The Wee Glencairn, I've never tried those, and I actually want to get some of those. But the Rydell or Riedel is my favorite. Hendo, I have a sample of this left. I sold my open bottle locally, and I feel like I shouldn't have. At the time, I wasn't so into the MGP profile anyways. Remus 3 is a little further from the MGP profile. Number 4 was very spiced orange, and I wasn't a fan. I like that now. My Tumblin' Dice 11 is all spiced candied orange. So, I'm curious to kind of do another one of those blinds. But if I get number 5, I would love to check that out. Scott, I don't know the closest one, maybe 25 minutes away, 20 minutes away from me. But there's one around here. I'm not a fan of Skyline. Sarah loves it, but I'm drunk enough to say this at this point. Sarah farts up a storm when she eats Skyline chili. And I told her, you do not bring that shit into this house anymore. Says the guy with a lot of gut issues. But I told Sarah no more Skyline chili. Yes, Young Pei Chang asks, am I going to do a video special talking about the difference in glasses? Yes. I've wanted to do that for like 6 months, but I keep finding new glasses and keep like developing my opinion. And I don't want to put a video out like that until I really solidly know what I want to say. And so there's a lot of videos like that in the beginning of the channel, or the beginning of the Patreon even, I had these ideas for Scotch misconceptions and glasses and this and that. And I'm like, you know what? Let's keep building the channel. And I'm going to keep thinking about what I want to say in these videos. And as you guys have seen, I haven't really ventured off into clickbait too much, and I'm going to more soon. Once the channel has enough subscribers that I think a video that's more clickbaity might take off and get a lot of subscribers, I will use that and I will post those videos. But let's just keep biding my time. Be patient. Okay, guys, I have to do the giveaway. At 10:10, I will do the giveaway for the Smoke Wagon Uncut Unfiltered. I know I've forgotten about it. Amy, if you're still here, I hope you're still here. Amy's still here. That's me. Sarah's not here yet. She's still gone, so I should probably text her and make sure she's okay, actually. So give me a second to do that. But guys, 2 minutes left in the giveaway. If you want to get in on this bottle, Smoke Wagon Uncut Unfiltered Batch 65, $5 super chats. Every $5 gets you one entry into the giveaway. Amy is keeping track. We're going to draw for that at 10:10 p.m. Sarah just walked in, so I know she's home safely. That's good news. So that's it. At 10:10, we're drawing for this. She doesn't need to know that I talked about Skyline chili and her farts. Hello. Are you okay? No, you're okay. I told them you were going to flash them next week.
Oh, okay.
But then I said, why would you do that to them? And why would you give them the well, then people were talking about coconuts and sending me they were saying all this funny shit. Hey, everybody, this is Sarah. Many of you probably know Sarah.
Hi.
This is our cat, Lucy. She's evil.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hi. I don't know where the camera is. Hey, sorry. I was so excited. She's really upset.
I know. It's okay.
I was so excited to go get drunk at a baseball game, so I forgot to pour Cameron his flight. Oh, you have a flight. What is this?
It's not a Guardians jersey. What are you wearing? What jersey are you wearing?
It is Guardian. Well,
it's the Guardians.
It's
the Cleveland Guardians.
It's the bad one.
I told them that I have to tell you now because JG says Sarah is Skyline Stinky. I told him about your farts.
That's so true.
Says the king farter of the house.
That's true.
Is everyone saying that cat is huge? Yeah, Lucy is like 18 plus pounds at this point. So,
is it blue? What is it?
Blue Run did very badly tonight.
It smells like cotton candy.
So I did a flight tonight of 9 pours after you forgot to do your flight. So I said, what's better than 4? 9. So that's how many glasses I had clean. So I did 9 pours of 115 proof, approximately, good bourbons. Blue Run did not do well. Russell's 13-1. So that's that. Here's good stuff. Drink that. That's good. Kevin Lynch got in under the gun with a $10 super chat. A little late to the party. Cheers. Thank you. David, she is a keeper. And damn, that is a chunky kitty. And Sarah does have an H. You guys hear my cat? She loves Sarah. She really loves Sarah. She hates me. Hey, Lucy. Hey, kitty.
I will pour.
You guys see her back there?
I'll pour you a real flight. I'm so sorry. Next time. I just got distracted.
Look at this big kitty. Oh, now she's showing you guys her booty.
Is that poop on it?
Look at that. Look at that kitty booty. All right, guys. What the hell am I doing? All right, we're going to draw for the giveaway. Then I'm going to taste Stellum, and then I'm going to get out of here. Oh, you're fine.
You want me to leave her?
Well, maybe you should get her because she'll probably knock something off.
Okay. The Clippers lost really bad, by the way. So.
Well, that's not a surprise.
It kind of, I mean, they're not that bad. Okay.
You can leave the door open. It's fine.
Okay.
It is a mini cow. Sarah loves cows. Okay, guys. Sorry. Let's do the giveaway. Amy, I think we should have let me do math. Let me do math in my brain right now. 64 entries. Does 64 sound right? 164? Yes, I got it. Good luck to everybody. Hey guys, we got a lot of super chats tonight, so let's do a bonus giveaway. What the hell? Let's do a bonus giveaway. Let's not get too crazy. How about this? I have a ton of good times finished picks. Okay. I have a double toasted maple pick. I have a blackberry rye. I have an orange Grand Marnier finish. I have an apple brandy finish. I have a honey finish. I have 5 good times picks. I'm going to do 5 of those, and I'll add in 3 of my favorite Starlight picks as well. Finished Starlight picks. That's going to be a second place finisher because you guys supported the channel so much tonight. I really appreciate it. And the first drawing, Sarah is showing me a Skyline chili can right now. So I'm going to sleep on the couch. This is a free giveaway. Skyline chili. Scott.
I can't use it anymore.
Scott, this is for you. We're going to give away this original chili. Jesus H. Christ. So the first person drawing for the giveaway is the second prize winner for all the good times picks here. All these finished good times picks. And the second drawing will be for the Smoke Wagon Uncut Unfiltered. Thank you, Amy, for keeping track of the super chats. All right, y'all. What a night. Where's my phone? I need Siri. Hey, Siri. Pick a number between 1 and 64.
A random number between 1 and 64 is 12.
Number 12 is the second place winner for the Good Times finished flight and a couple of Starlight finished picks. The Starlight is going to be maple syrup. It's going to be honey. And it's going to be probably Tokai. So some really good stuff. Number 12. The internet went down? Hey, Sarah, did someone touch the cable?
No.
Really?
Why?
They said the stream quality just like totally died. Okay, I think it's better now. I'm hardwired in, guys, so I don't know. Our internet does have issues here, though, quite often. Number 12 is Mr. Steve Hayes. I think he might have only had one entry. I can't remember, but Mr. Steve Hayes. Steve, if you're here right now, please send me an email at drumsanddrams@gmail.com, and I will get you that blind flight. I will get you that flight sent out to you at the latest Monday, but probably this weekend. Okay, the quality is back now. So Mr. Steve Hayes, let me know, guys. If I don't hear from him, somebody, if you know Steve, help me get in contact with him. That would be awesome. Okay, let's do the last one for the Smoke Wagon Uncut. Then I'll just end this evening with this Stellum Bourbon. Hey, Siri. Pick a number between 1 and 64.
A random number between 1 and 64 is 28.
Number 28 is the winner of the Smoke Wagon Uncut Unfiltered. Number 28. Come on, Uncut, says Will Henderson. Yes, so if you win any giveaway, just send me an email telling me who you are, that you won the giveaway, with your address, with your mailing address, and I will get that out to you. Cheers, Scott. Number 28 is N.A. Walker 2. So if N.A. Walker 2 is here, please let me know in the chat that you're still here, that you saw that you won the giveaway, and shoot me an email at drumsanddrams@gmail.com. I will try to get in touch with both of these people. Let me write this down just so I don't forget. Even though Amy usually emails and has those final winners, which is just so... Amy is on the freaking ball. Amy, I have to send you so much bourbon. The, let's see, sample winner is going to be... Who is the sample winner again, guys? So sorry. Oh, Mr. Steve Hayes. That's right. Mr. Steve Hayes. And the Uncut Unfiltered winner is N.A. Walker 2. Guys, is N.A. Walker still in the chat? Are the tags working? Or let me make sure here. I think so. Great. So let me drop my email in the chat one last time. And let's do one final pour. Stellum Bourbon. Ooh, you hear that cork pop? That's pretty cute. That's a cute cork pop. Sarah thinks I'm absolutely batshit. And I am. Okay. Let me get this off the screen here. Congrats to the winners this evening, Mr. Steve Hayes and N.A. Walker 2. Last pour of this evening, I have to say, I know this is not an official review, but full disclosure, this bottle was sent to me by Stellum. Thank you, Stellum. They also sent me Barrel Batch 28 and Barrel Batch 29 bourbon. I thought I was getting samples, and they sent me full bottles. So that was incredibly generous. Same thing with Traverse City. They sent me a barrel proof bourbon, barrel proof rye, and the North Coast rye. So I am receiving now full bottles from distilleries I'm incredibly grateful for that, but I'm always going to be upfront with you guys about the fact that that is happening. So Stellum Bourbon here is a blend of a lot of different bourbons, mainly focused on MGP from Indiana, and then they start mixing in some Kentucky and Tennessee to round it out. So I'm assuming there's a little Dickel in here, a little Kentucky something in here, and a lot of MGP. It's at 114.98 proof, so almost 115 proof, which has been the theme of this evening for the blind flight. And it's just a little bit of a, entry-level barrel offering, basically. Mr. Steve Hayes is in here. Awesome. Steve, send me an email, drumsanddrams@gmail.com, and I will get you that sample pack of some really cool finished whiskeys. Eight 1-ounce samples of Good Times finished whiskeys and Starlight finished whiskeys. So I'm excited to send you that. And yes, Stellum is mullets spelled backwards. Thank you, Tom, for tuning in. Handsomest man on Whiskey Tube. I'll take it, but Trev Wilson probably has that title, to be honest with you. David Babcock. This is the Stellum I've been waiting to open. I'll be honest with you, the rye, I love Stellum rye. I only had a little sample. I have to get a bottle of that. I told Stellum that I already had a sample of it, and they didn't send me a bottle, and I should have said, oh, I don't have a sample of that, because it's really good. So if you guys see Stellum rye, go for it. Kilco, I think it's more of a matter of laziness than making it, but I'll take what I can get. Okay, Stellum on the nose. Remember, this is going to be a younger entry-level offering from Barrel, around $50-$55. Tons of alcohol on the nose right away. Not great. And then just a lot of if you guys know that MGP corn grain note, there's a lot of that going on here. And in Penelope bourbon, I love it because it's balanced out with a nice bit of sweetness, great blending, the wheat grain. Here, it's a little sharper. You get a little bit of a darker, more char and earthy forward profile here with the youth, which is kind of an interesting combination. The palate is much better than the nose. Oh, yeah. It's still young and grain forward and sweet. Ooh, but I like it. And, they, like I said, they've blended in after they do the initial MGP blend. I think I read this. They do an initial MGP blend, and then they start adding in Kentucky and Tennessee, a little bit of older stuff to kind of balance this thing out. The nose is youthful, but the palate has that more round kind of profile to it. Yeah. I would say the nose on this would be a 5 out of 10 at best. Palate is a 7 out of 10. It's very sweet in the mid palate into the finish. I think Sarah made the cat mad, if you guys heard that. She stepped on her tail. That's just great. But yeah, Stellum Bourbon, this is okay. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I feel like I've had better MGP at the price. This is not entirely MGP. Like I said, it does have that other stuff blended. It does have that other stuff blended in there. But if I wanted something along this, along these lines of flavor at the price, 50 to 55, I would just grab one of these, because it's typically a barrel pick for the backbone bourbons. And, someone has picked probably a good barrel, I would just go with this. The Stellum, and I'll say this when I do the review of this, as long as nothing changes, it's a little too young and sharp on the nose. The rye is a totally different story. I will support that rye at $50-$55 all day. Bourbon, So, you guys still here in the chat? I haven't seen it. Oh, here we go. Okay, chats are coming back now. Maybe that was my connection. Young Pei Cheng says, Don't get me wrong. I take Trev to a nice barbecue, but Campus Steakhouse material. I don't know, man. I don't know. So for 55, Stellum 79. If the 1792 is a store pick, 100%. If not, that's a toss-up with the Old Forester. If 1792 is not a store pick, I would go Old Forester. But over all of those, I would probably go Rare Breed, unless the 1792 is a store pick. The Stellum is definitely in last place in that lineup. The Stellum just doesn't stand out. It just feels overpriced. It feels forced. Like, hey, we want to do an entry-level line. Well, okay, let's obviously source from MGP. Okay, we're going to source stuff that's cheap enough for us to make a $50 bottle. Okay, but it seems young. Let's blend in Kentucky and Tennessee to try to round it out. Okay, that's great. You know, like that was the process I feel like they probably went through. And it was a process that I'm assuming was just like trying to make it work. Whereas Stellum Rye feels like, hey, this is a rye whiskey we're really proud of. And I think Barrel does rye better than they do bourbon across the board. I think all of the Barrel batch 1, 2, and 3 ryes I've had, that is some high-end rye whiskey. The blends are phenomenal. The bourbon, not so much. Okay, guys. I think that's it. I have a lot of glasses to clean up. I'm going to go see Sarah. Congratulations to Steve and congratulations to N.A. Walker 2 for the wins. Again, guys, please email me. I have not seen N.A. Walker 2 back in the chat this evening. So, you know, please, if you guys know N.A. Walker 2, have them hit me up. Sarah's texting me. Have them hit me up or, you know, N.A. Walker, if you see this, please shoot me a message. Drumsanddrams@gmail.com so I can get you your bottle of Uncut Unfiltered. If I do not hear from N.A. Walker 2 by the next live stream, I'm going to give the bottle away to somebody else. All right. Because somebody else from this stream. So Amy, if you have still that list, save the list, maybe. If you don't, I do get records of all the super chats and I can just draw for somebody else and contact them. That would be the plan at that point. Guys, I said I was going to give a couple channel updates. Here's the plan. Tomorrow, I'm going to release a quick little talking video about the High Plains Rye experience. That's going to be kind of a minor video. On Saturday, I'm going to release my Blue Run review, although tonight kind of changed things for that. On Sunday, I'm going to do my darndest to release the first Scotch Sunday episode. I can't make any promises because the Blue Run is probably going to take quite a bit of effort and quite a bit of editing to make happen. And then, geesh, on Tuesday, I want to release Chattanooga Bottled and Bond, and then we're going to go from there. That is the plan. Thank you all for tuning in this evening. Amy, thank you for saving that. Yes, shoot that my way just in case. Guys, thank you for hanging out for 2.5 hours. That's amazing. For the super chats, for the likes. Amazing. I'm going to go ahead and end in a Glencairn, of all things, with IW Harper 15, which is, again, a very specific pour for a very specific glass and a very specific mood. I'll see you guys later. Cheers. And next live stream this Sunday. I don't have any more Thursday night live streams in the entire month of August. I'm sorry. I just have work conflicts and a wedding. Love you, Sarah. We have a wedding at the end of the month. So the next 2 Sundays, the 8th and 15th, those will be my next live streams. And I think I'm shooting at 6 p.m. Eastern. I will confirm that with all of you. Cheers, and I'll see you guys later.